Vayomer Elokim Tadsheh, and Elokim said that there grow grasses. Perek Hamad Rosh Hashanah, Daf Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, B'Tishrei Nivra Ha'olam. It says that in Tishrei the world was created. Shneimar Tadsheh Chlu, like it says that there grow grasses. And the word Tadsheh Lichora looks similar to Tishrei. Chulu Perek Gimel D'Chulin Daf Samach Amud Aleph. Yud Reish Kuf Sfira Hey, whatever that is. Ma'u Esev, it says, what is Esev? Amar Lei said, Bizman Sheha'olam Mitukan, when the world is fixed. Call Esev, all grasses, Shema Sfiros, which are the Sfiros Mushpaim Shefachulu, have flow. So the grasses are the Sfiros, and the grasses are growing, means the flow is going. And that was the concept of Tadsheh of creation. Rabus Berashit Suf Parsha Hey Reish Parsha Shmini Ufayin Vav Daled Nasu Parshut Beis Reish Mem Zayin Beis. All of this in Medrash Rabbah Gabi Mir Kavo Argaman. Tadsheh Esav Eitz Pri. About those ideas, Zohar Chelik Aleph Yud Ches Beis Yud Tes Aleph Zohar Chelik Beis Seder B'Olam Rei Aleph Truma Kuf Ayin Aleph Suf Mad Aleph Kuf Ayin Zayin Aleph Daf Reish Mem Hey Suf Amud Beis Shalah Hey Aleph Yud Tes Aleph Kuf Mem Ches Aleph Reish Samach Tes Aleph Reish Ayin Tes Beis Shin Mem Aleph Aleph Ayin Mashkos Ben Pasuk Zal Pasuk Shabbosam Huchulu. Look what it says about the concept of the Tadsheh in Shabbosam, Parshas Achrei. Tes Zayin Lamed Aleph V'shach Chasa B'Shem Rabbeinu Shimshon. So in Shach HaTorah it writes L'chora Tadsheh H Das. That Tadsheh is the fire of knowledge. Inyan Torah, which is the concept of Torah. Okay, so when Elohim said in the beginning, let there be grasses, it's also referring to revelation of Torah into creation. Vayomer Elohim Tadsheh Ha'aretz, so Elohim said that the earth should grow grasses, or Chalak Aleph Daf Hey Amud Beis, Daf Yud Ches Amud Beis, Desha Yesh Lomar, we can say, what is the grasses? Shorsho Miyuchud Chitzoni Dava, its root, and conceptually is from the external union of Abba and Ima lahachir olamos, to enliven the worlds, as opposed to the pnimius hayichud, to draw down elukus. She'enu nifsak, that the yichud chitzoni avava is constant to enliven worlds, and therefore it doesn't stop. Al kin someach me'ilav tamid. This is why the grasses are conceptually also grow constantly without watering or from people. They're on their own. But the grasses that are grown from sown seeds, this that we sow them and they grow, this corresponds with the inner union of Abba and Ima. That comes through the arousal from below, specifically and concerning the fact that it says it was good twice on the third day. We can awaken to you what it says in Vayechi in Zohar. Here you have 17 other years, which 17 is Gematria Tov. Kitov. So you have 2 times 17 years. What are the 2 times 17 years in Parshas Vayechi? I know Mashkos of Vayechi Yaakov Beretz Mitzrayim Shvas Rei. That it says that Yaakov lived in Egypt 17 years. Shvas Rei Shana Pirush B'Biyorei Zohar Sham. And it says in the Biyorei Zohar there in Parshas Vayechi, ki hine ele tolos Yaakov, that these children of Yaakov, Tiferes, the Yaakov who is Tiferes, who Aide Yosef ben Shvas Shana, is through Yosef, who is 17 years old. So it says that the two 17 years are that Yaakov lived in Egypt 17 years, and Yosef was 17 years old. Those are the two 17 years, which is Gematria Tov twice, Ki Tov twice. So that's Tiferes and Yesod. The 17 of Yaakov, of Tiferes, and the 17 of Yosef, of Yesod. Yosef ben Shvas Shana b'chinas Amrut Tzadik Ki Tov, and this is the concept of Yosef, who's the Tzadik. It says, the pasuk say of the Tzadik that he is good. Yesod HaMekasher Mechaber Zun, which is the concept of Yesod that unites and connects Za and Nukva, Sashamayim V'Sa'arts, which are the heavens and the earth. Rosh Tevus Gematria Yud Zayin. So Es HaShamayim V'Es Ha'aretz Alf K Vav K Gematria Yud Zayin. So that's again a Yichud Zun of Yesod, it's Mechaber Zun. But all these drawing down are specifically in Atzilus. Now Malchus has two concepts. So again, all of that is connected to the idea of Tadshא, which is the concept of these Yichudim. Yichud Chitzoni Avava and Yichud Pnimi Avava. And here we have Ki Tov twice referring to the Yichud Zun, specifically by Yosef. But Malchus has two concepts. Aleph Kishei B'Atzilus. The first is as it is in Atzilus Habez Kishenasis Atik Lebiyah, and the second when it becomes Atik to B'riyah Tzirasiyah. These two ideas in Malchus, that the concept of Malchus as it goes down into Biyah is Shchora, but beautiful. Mashinkin and Silas, it's more the concept of Ka'ole Kedar Kirios Shlomo. You have the tents of Shlomo which are white, whereas Ahole Kedar are the dark tents. So in Atzilus it's white, and in Biyah it's dark. That's Shchora Anivanov. So that's the concept of Yaakov living in the land of Egypt, meaning to say, in Biyah as it goes down, Shvas Reshana, 17 years, to draw down this concept of Kitov, of Yaakov into the worlds of B'riyah Tzirasiyah, Nikra Eretz Mitzrayim, which are called the lands of Egypt. V'kamosh kazu b'Torah oral pasuk Hayad Gedola Shirasa Havai be Mitzrayim, like it says in Torah, or on the verse that the great hand that Havai did in Mitzrayim, meaning to say that he affected Biyah. V'efshala hayir mekan l'niyom tov sheni shel galios, and we can awaken here to the concept of the second day of the holiday in the exiles, ki perish yom tov, because the concept of the good day, hainu gilu b'chinas tov anal, which is this revelation of this concept of tov, ki tov, that we said the 17 years of Yaakov, or the 17 years of Yosef. So that's yom tov itself. But yom tov in Golos, in Biyah, or in the lower concepts, ach b'yom tov sheni shel galios, b'yom tov shel galios, but in the good day of the exiles, Malchus Yard Biyah. This is the concept of Malchus going down into B'riyah Tzirasiyah Gam B'chinas Zu. Also on this level, you have to also draw down the concept of good. Vainu Yom Tov Sheni, that's the second holiday. in Golus. And this is like the concept that Yaakov lived in the land of Egypt, Shva 17 years, the concept of good. Baharamaz vayikra b'tchila, so al daf harishon mashma beis hamay moros yom gimel. Now in the Ramaz on the Zohar and Vayikra, there it implies that these two statements of it was good on the third day. Zeu ha'alef kisham malchus bechina dalid. Habez kishanasis hey. Zeu in Yehuda. So the first is when Malchus becomes Dalid. And the second is when Malchus becomes Hey. And that's the concept of Yehuda, Yud Kei Vav, Dalid, and Hey. So that's both. So Yud Kei Vav of Shem Hashem are the higher spheres, Chachma, Bina, and Zah. Whereas as usually the Hey of Hashem's name is Malchus, but in the word Yehuda it's also this idea, except that the Dalet and the Hey of Yehuda are two concepts within Malchus. The 2 times Kitov. So l'chora, now we have not just Yaakov and Yosef here, but also the concept of Yehuda. Look what it says on the verse, when you come to the land and you plant all trees of fruit trees. And on the 4th year, and then on the 5th year, look what it says about the 4th and 5th year. That you have one is you bring a korban, and one is so that's kodesh shilulim, and then the 5th year you can eat it. So 2 different levels. So if according to this we can say that if the second kitov is the hey as opposed to the dalad, so it's a higher level. I know al derech beis bechinas dodi, and this is like the 2 concepts of dodi, which is 2 heys, which one is dalad vav and the other is dalad yud. Gam al derech beis bechinos. Also, it's like 2 concepts. Ha'alef misamech chasan v'chala. The first is to rejoice the chasan and the kala. Habez. The second is misamech chasan ima kala. The second level is to rejoice chasan with the kala. Shavin b'kom masan chulu, which means that they are equal on their stature. That the malchus is elevated to the level of zah instead of receiving from it. Okay, in Musaf Shabbos, like the concept of Musaf Shabbos, which is our Keneged Yosef. But the point of Musaf Shabbos is the elevation also in terms of Yehudim, where Zah and Nukva are elevated to the same level. Bahadam. Also, what, like it says in Zohar and Vayikra, had the concept of the grass is growing, is the concept of Shabbos. Because then Malchus receives the flow from above. And then through this it gives out fruit. So it's strange to say that the grass is growing is the concept of Shabbos. But if we're saying that the grasses refers to the concept of flow and growth of fruit, so that could be this idea. So how do we understand kitov then? in this statement. So it's a different kind of tov, because we're talking about Shabbos. And Shabbos, it also says tov. It says a song for Shabbos, that it's good to acknowledge Hashem, good to thank Hashem, tov lehodos lavaya. It's the tov of Shabbos. Vayin mashakaz mizeh haramaz b'parshas Pikudei daf reish chav she'azai meir tov oros ha'elyonim the bechinas Shem Av. That what's the concept? This concept of tov, it's the lights shining of Shem Av, which are called tov oros ha'elyonim, the good of the supernal lights. Shehem bechina hayoser gavoa, that which are very high concept. Tainu chachma da Abba chulu ayin sham, which is chachma of Abba. Look over there in the Ramaz. Although l'chora, it's still not explained exactly why you have kitov twice. But Yesh Lomar, we can further say binyan beis pamim kitov, with his concept of 2 times it is good. Shuka inyan shalom shalom l'rachok v'lakarov, which is like the concept of peace for those far and those near. Yisod Abba v'Yisod Zah, which is the concept of Yisod Abba and Yisod Zah, which is the concept of Shalom is Yisod. Kinyan Shalom b'Pal Mal Yishal Ma'ila v'Shalom b'Pal Mal Yishal Mata, which is the concept of peace in the higher realms and peace in the lower realms. Gamkin Beis Hamshachos Shadei Mitzvahs Aseh v'Alidei Mitzvahs Los Aseh. So these 2 goods and the 2 shaloms is also like the hamshacha through the positive commandments and the negative commandments. It's like the 2 concepts of chasan and kala, which are mentioned in Shir HaShirim in the first Maamar of the Torah, where the 2 definitions of kala, whether it's desire or complete klos hanefesh, destruction. Yerushalayim shel mata, Yerushalayim shel maila. Similarly, you have the lower concept of Yerushalayim, the higher concept of Yerushalayim. Like it's known on the verse, and I won't come into the city, Yerushalayim shel maila, which refers to the higher concept of Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim shel mata, and till he goes into the lower Yerushalayim. Therefore, if he's going into both of them at the same time. Once he goes into the lower one, he goes into the higher one, so it's twice kitov. We can further say that the light that's good. But and there's 2 concepts of light. And I placed kad code. It says so that gemstone is 2 times kaf dal shein shosayich, which are in your windows, in your you place gemstones in your windows. So shim shosayich are 2 of them. Beis bechinas shemesh, 2 concepts of the sun, shemesh havaya, which are the son of Hashem. Shemesh tzedakah, and the concept of the sun, which is charity. V'ahavta beis pamim or, now, and you should love also is to gematria 2 times light. Cheshbon Orein Sof, which is the Cheshbon of Orein Sof. V'cheshbon Mekor Chaim, and also the number of Mekor Chaim, the source of life. V'cheshbon Schok, and the Cheshbon for laughter. So I'm not sure what all these things have to do with the 2 times kitov. Also to awaken you to the Maimar Zal, that it's good for the heavens and good for the creations. So Perakama the Kedushin Daf Mem Amud Aleph, Tzadik v'Tov, and also with the concept of Tzadik, and it is good for him. So that's Tzadik, that's Tov twice. Tzadik itself is Tov, and it's good for the Tzadik. That's Tov to the Tzadik. That's Tov, Kitov twice.